Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Illusion of Gaia. In the last part we started off the diamond mines here, now we're going to continue on. Now you may remember last part there was a dark space gate in the room below us, and this one's here so we can get a new ability for Frieden. And thankfully it transforms us right into him so we didn't have to actually be him for this. And what do we get? Dark Friar! I'm not sure if that's an intentional misspelling of friar as in the religious sort, or if that is just misspelled. A Dark Friar is a dark power that only Dark Knight Frieden can use. Use the aura power to scorch a distant enemy. Use the attack button to save energy. So essentially it's Psycho Dash for Frieden. And it is really good. Most powerful attack in the game? No, well, actually. Not too far from it. Anyway, now that we have Dark Friar, you remember last part that there were two ramps we couldn't go up or down. Well, actually, we can go down one of them. We couldn't go up the other because there was actually a fence blocking the way. I didn't really show it off much, but it's right here. So what we have to do is come over to this ledge and Dark Friar across and get a defense boost at the same time. And now we can run down this ramp and continue onwards. And that was all just to save this guy who could give us a key to an elevator. Where does this go, you might ask? Well, the elevator, obviously. I forget if I mentioned or not last part, but the elevator is beyond that little grate down here that I think I mentioned briefly. And then we can come down. And then this long... That elevator sequence does just last too long. Although if you were actually paying attention to the background, it was actually the floor we were on not too long ago. You could actually see those from below, but you couldn't really do anything. Anyway, if you investigate the gate that was in the middle, you need keys for it. 2 of them to be precise, and they're in the neighboring rooms. This one just has 6 landworms, nothing too dangerous, and killing them all nets you an HP increase, I think? Yeah, no, strength increase. And you may have just briefly seen it there, but the first key is that little sparkle on the ground down here. And now to get the other key, because you need 2 keys in order to unlock the door. You can get them in any order as far as I'm aware. And you actually don't have to use much of the Dark Friar in this place, I'll admit. You only have to use it twice in order to kill an eye enemy in this room and that landworm earlier. All we got in this room, though, is a bunch of lizardmen and peeping eyes, I guess. Though that's the Castlevania enemy. And I've become a ghost, oh god. And talking to this guy will give you the second key. Why'd he have the key? In fact, why do any of these guys have the keys? I don't know. And now with that, we just have to go unlock that door. And there they are. I do like how they give every item that's not an herb a unique little image. Nice little details. And no music. Well, actually, just really quiet and soothing music. And we got the last 3 prisoners. And these guys look a lot like the slaves back at the town of Phrygia. And this guy is Sam. Remember, he's the one who sent the letter to the raft. And apparently, one of our friends lost their memory. I actually didn't show that off. If you go back in the hotel in Phrygia, if you go to where Lily and Kara went, you'll actually find that Lance has lost his memory. So we need to come through this entire dungeon just to get this melody. And thankfully, he takes the prison key from the first castle, and somehow he takes a melody as well. I'm not sure how he takes a melody from our inventory. It's something we memorize. Yeah, okay. Anyway, now we have to actually backtrack out of the dungeon to the hotel in Phrygia. Yeah, see, Lance doesn't know who he is anymore. Yeah, it's just puberty. So, get the memory melody out and use it. Thankfully, this song is nowhere near as long as the other one. Or actually, no, just the big one that we got at the beginning of the game, because that one is just long. What is this place? Somehow I feel a little homesick. I feel like I'm back in the whoop. Why would you even know what that feels like unless... blah. Gross. Everything that's happened and the people I've met are pouring into my head. Well, better your head than something else, if you catch my drift, viewers. I was raised in the town of South Cape. When my father didn't come back from an expedition, the most important thing in my life was gone. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't stand my father using soldiers to invade other countries. It's awful when someone loses their life. What had taken years to put together was destroyed in one moment. I wonder if Seth's alright. People live on because they forget about unpleasant things. Well, that was oddly philosophical for a moment there. But seriously, Eric, what the hell was with that, man? Happy music! What? What have I been doing? What's happened to everyone? Lance, your memory's back. I was worried. I wondered what would happen. Well, that's rather blunt, and no other words to say about that. Okay. Well, there's an eccentric inventor in the woods nearby. Shall we go? I wonder if that's supposed to say Will. I think his name is Neil. Did you say Neil? It's the same name as my lost cousin. Oh, convenient. My cousin Neil, the inventor, flew in the sky in an thing I can't speak today. Haha, that happens. But then again, that's every day, isn't it, guys? Well, thankfully, it is actually rather close by. It's not like certain other things where it's like 4 miles, well, 4 miles, 40 miles, that's better. And Neil's cottage. It's open, come in. Neil, it's me, Will from South Cape. How many times do they reference that town in the game after this point? I don't think they do many more times, if any. Ah, Will, you've gotten strong. Are all these people your friends? No, they're just people I carry around because I like eating people. Of course they're my friends, you dumbass. This person stinks. What are you saying? You shouldn't talk like that. There's a wonderful smell in this room, isn't there? Hey, both of you talk pretty harshly. When you're wrapped up in inventing something, you don't care about your appearance. I don't think that the spell is that bad. Not enough for me to hate it. I've only been wearing these socks for a month. Oh. I've only had mine on for 3 weeks. I guess I lose. I am doing the wrong... Then again, I'm sorry if the voices seem a bit inconsistent today. I haven't recorded part of this in, like... 3 weeks. Make yourself at home. You're Will's friends. Welcome. It's been about 2 years since we last met, hasn't it? I've invented lots of things since then. The 4 inventions in this room are my best work. Have a look. So he's got a telescope, a camera which takes 30 minutes to make one picture, and they have to stand still during all of that, mind you. An airplane wing, which looks pretty unstable. And an oxygen tank which only holds a minute of air. 2 of those are useful. 2. And after that, just talk to Neil again, and you'll progress the story on. Tell me why you came to see me. And then we tell them the story thus far. Ah, interesting. I too have some interest in ruins. The ruins Will talked about are scattered all over the world, but they have something in common. Drawing a line amongst the ruins makes the shape of a constellation that looks like Cygnus. I said that sentence all wrong, I don't care. Cygnus? That's the Tower of Babel where Will's father got lost. It's in the middle of the ground painting of a big white bird. I don't know why it took me a moment to respond to that. That's right, you know a lot. The Red Star and Cygnus, Will's interest in ruins, different elements are bound together organically. I don't know if it's by coincidence or by design, but something's gonna happen. Fortunately, the Nazca ground paintings are a week's walk east of here. Oh, only a week! We're going too. We don't want Will to be the only one having a good time. So then we make a week's walk over there. You know, with that week's walk and the month-long raft sequence, how long of a time span does this game take place over? That is actually something I have to think about now. Because it's been at least probably a month and a half. Not the longest RPG ever when it comes to that stuff, but that's still kind of out there. It was a long way, but you did a good job. This is the most famous of the ground paintings, the Condor. You ever hear of it? No one knows why the ancient people drew pictures like this. Whenever I come here, I'm overwhelmed by the grand scale. You should go see it for yourself. Okay, and in this section, just talk to everyone, really. That's all you have to do. Actually, I should mention, well, first off, one thing you're gonna have to pay attention to is you can talk to them on their way to their preset destination, but you're gonna need to talk to Kara twice, because she has two things to say. And the second thing won't show up until she reaches her second destination. Also, these Nazca paintings are actually a real thing. I think they're somewhere in South America, but they are actual paintings on the ground, and they do look like things from above. They're actually pretty cool to look at. Mega Man Star Force 2 brought that concept in as well, for, I think it was called Wazop? Though I would like not to remember Star Force 2. Anyway, after talking with everyone, head to the very southwest of the area, and you'll find this guy, who is teleportating. Get back here, you! Oh. And after that, just head north, and everyone will be assembled. And let me through! Oh. We'll talk about when everyone comes back. We're already back! The Mystic Will that Will spoke of is somewhere on this plane. I thought I'd seen the paintings before, but doesn't this Condor look like Cygnus? Of course! I hadn't noticed. When we look at it, we see Cygnus, but ancient people probably saw a Condor. Ah! I've got it! Look where the rocks are on the ground. They're positioned like the stars in the constellation of Cygnus. Of course! Cygnus has 9 stars and there are 9 stones. Where's the red star that appeared recently? You could pretty much... If you just choose the wrong choice, Will say, no, that's not right, so just pick the right one, which is Condor's left foot. Let's check the left foot, and it's actually not the left foot itself, it's like the joint, so essentially the knee. If birds have knees. Then again, do bees have knees? Interesting questions. There's a tile buried in the sand. When my flute touched it, there was a rumbling sound. In third person I see again, Will. Hey, something huge is coming down. What she said. Oh, God. Snake? Snake? Snake! That's really what that was. Okay, suddenly Sky Garden. There's a strange garden floating in the sky over Nazca. On the ground, Neil and my friends look like tiny ants going back and forth. Could the paintings be an airport for the Sky Garden? There's only one plane in the world, and it's Neil's. Why do you know what an airport is? Ugh. This game's story is going to be the death of me. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And next time on Let's Play Illusion of Gaia, we'll be starting the Sky Garden, the game's next dungeon, and I hate this one. See you guys then.